Hi. Sorry about that. I can't do that with that like that. Hey everybody. It's been a while. Sorry we have kind of fell off the radar. What are you doing?
Nothing. I'm just holding Piglet. Why can I not hold Piglet?
I don't know. So hello everybody. Welcome in. We've kind of disappeared for a little bit here. We went on a cruise and then we had some
Now the AI makeup is on me.
We had some bad news on our cruise, which kind of ruined our cruise, and then we've been dealing with that for like the last 2 weeks.
Oh, so back on me.
But we're back. So hello. Will you stop it? Oh, you guys, it's gonna be a long hour. So welcome in. Let's jump over to the chat and see who all is with us. We've got Scott Smith. Hello, Scott. Good evening, Destination Fun, driving and listening. Well, thank you so much for coming in.
Oh, I hope we don't cause him to get in an accident.
Yes, pay attention to the road. We've got Daily Dose of the Bible. Thank you for sharing us out, Kenneth Oakes. And we've got Mary Ellen Dillon. Hello, Mary Ellen. Are you on a cruise right now? Will you stop? That's distracting. Sorry, you guys.
I don't know. Perfectly still.
I don't know what he had before this, like what he had to eat or drink or Will G, good evening from Aruba. Woo, I want to go to Aruba. Maybe that'll be our redo cruise. Yeah, he owes me a redo.
No, I don't know anything.
Yeah.
My balance sheet shows zero. Zero.
We've got Cruising Scene. Hello, Cruising Scene. Thanks for coming in.
See, now the AI makeup is on me now.
And we got Mary Helen saying LOL.
You go back off camera.
We've got Mountain to Sea Crew. Hello. Welcome in, you guys. And let's see. I'm just going to scroll on past some of the hellos. And we've got Carnival Cruise Addicts. Hello. Thanks for coming in. Mary Ellen says she's at home now. Celebration at the end of June.
Ooh, a summer cruise?
Yeah, she was on the celebration with us. So she's going back on it. She must really like the celebration.
Ooh, a secret.
Yes. So you guys, we are back. And I got to stop saying you guys. I'm back at it again.
Hey, you guys.
So we got back from the Allure of the Seas March 11th. Is it the 11th?
Yeah, it's from the May 6th. Not March. May 6th until May 11th.
Yeah.
March? Where have you been?
I don't know. It's been a crazy month, you guys. Hey, Scrow's Nest. Thanks for coming in. Can't stay. Everyone have a great evening. Well, thanks for popping in, Will G. And you have fun for the rest of your cruise. He's in Aruba on a cruise.
That's no excuse.
Oh, stop it.
Destination Fun overrides cruising.
It's my favorite ship of several crew friends on board. We did have fun on that cruise.
It was a party ship.
It was a party ship. We liked it.
Oh, that's just for me because you looked away.
Angela, hello. I miss you, Angela. Thanks for coming in.
We have a makeup filter on this thing.
So
it's so annoying.
Anyhow, so we got back May 11th from Allure of the Seas. It was a wonderful cruise, despite
something that we will say.
Yeah,
some drama. The ship. Let's get to the ship first before we get to
Okay, we're going to talk about the ship. So we boarded on March 6th at Port Canaveral out of Orlando.
Our typical port.
And it was very easy to get on the ship. Boarding was quick. I want to say we were on the ship within 15 minutes from going through security and walking.
It was very quick.
It was very, very quick. So there was no like hold up or anything. We walked right up to the counter and did the I think they took our picture and boom, that was it. And then we were on the ship. So There was no line, no nothing, and we even got there past our check-in time. So yeah. Warmstrong is in the house. Hello, Warmstrong, and welcome back. And Cruising Koozies at work, and I'll listen when I can. Okay, cool. So anyhow, so we boarded the ship in Orlando on March 6th. And the first day, it was a 4-night cruise. So we got on the ship, and then it was an Oasis style ship. So
it's a big ship.
It's a big ship if you're not familiar with Oasis.
Huge.
And so we got on, we walked around and did all the things and looked at the ship. And I don't really remember what else we did the first day. We did dinner.
It was all a blur.
Well, there was a space launch
we
that
did
day.
A live stream. Yeah.
Yeah, we did a live stream, and then there was a space launch.
Yeah.
And he saw it firsthand from the ship.
It was a SpaceX Starlink satellite they were launching. Had no idea what was going to happen that day. Just saw a bunch of random people just get together and by the observation decks on the lower floor. I'm like, there's something going on there, and I'm going to go there and check and find out. And luckily enough, it was because of the spaceship launch. But we had no idea where it was launching from. Like, I was hearing things from every direction. I was kind of like just looking everywhere because I had no clue. Because if anyone has been to like Port Canaveral, there's just an awful lot of launch sites everywhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
But eventually, we figure that out. You eventually see a big, huge cloud of fire and be like, oh, it's that direction. And the part that was really surprising was how close we were, because not only were we able to see it.
Well, not we. I was in the room.
Soon you guys will see it because I got actual video footage on a future video. But you're also be able to, I was able to feel the vibrations as I actually went into the stratosphere. You just feel the
and he's never seen a shuttle launch.
No, I never seen it. Every time I try to do it, it's either got delayed or it was just bad logistics or traffic or all these other kind of things. It's really hard to time it because they can always scrub it because of the weather. So we really lucked out because it was good weather. And we had, I think, I want to say we had, due to the ship and its position of the ship in Port Canaveral, I think I was a bit closer than average than other people.
Yeah, he was little. When you see his footage, it was like right.
Yeah, it was like right there. I was like, whoa, this is better than going to like a space center or something. So that was really cool to see. I wouldn't mind seeing it again. As soon as it blasted off, everyone started cheering like and stuff. I could definitely get into that, watching them.
So we did park. We didn't park at the port. We parked across the street at Port Canaveral.
Yeah, and then took the shuttle.
The shuttle over, and it was cheaper. I want to say we paid $45 for the 4 days, which wasn't bad at all. I want to say 45 or 50.
And the traffic wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all.
Was not bad, but there was not a big there wasn't Wonder of the Seas or any of the big ships. And that day, I think it was Disney was there with us.
It was Disney
and Carnival Magic, I think.
And another Carnival ship, and that's pretty much it. It was light that day, so it wasn't Wonder of the Seas that caused a huge
the last time we were there. Wonder of the Seas caused a huge backup,
and they caused the computers to crash.
Yeah, it was it was right after Wonder just.
If you guys want to check that out, we do have that video on our channel. Just look in the Independence of the Seas
boarding day
playlist, and you'll see it there. The first boarding day, it was awful. It took us 3 hours to get on the ship.
Hey, Mark the Shark, welcome in, and we got Tiffany. Hello, welcome in. And Anthony Simone is here. Hello, Anthony. And so after the shuttle, what did we do?
So like I said, did the live stream in the adult area, then saw the rocket launch, and then after that, we ate at the buffet, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, cafe. We went to the cafe to eat. Cafe Bistro.
We went to the Solarium Bistro. Oh, no. Park Cafe.
Park Cafe
in Central Park. We went there for lunch.
The ship has a park.
And there was
Top
nobody in there.
There was no one in there.
So we walked right up, got lunch.
What else? What else do we do? It was Sail Away. Wasn't just us watching us sail away. Yeah.
So when you're on an Oasis class ship, it's not just the Windjammer, which is the buffet that's open for lunch. There's other options. There was the Windjammer. There was the Solarium Bistro. There was Park Cafe. And I want to say there was one other thing open. Oh, the hot dog place.
Johnny Rockets.
Well, Johnny Rockets you have to pay for, but there was the
hot dog
place that was. So all of that is included. And those are all options for your first day for lunch. So everyone's not just crammed into the buffet.
And it helps spread people throughout the ship. So there was no long lines anywhere. Kind of missed that, you know.
I know. Hey, Scratch and Pete and Eddie, thank you both for coming in. So let me just, I don't want to get behind in the chat down here. Let's see, I think we are back down to the bottom. Okay. Bella Whisper, hello, welcome in. Bud Files, welcome in. Okay, so Mary Ellen is saying Park Cafe was her favorite on Sympathy. We went there a couple of times. We went there for breakfast one morning, which was nice because our room actually was in Central Park. So we could run down there and get coffee if me, because he doesn't drink coffee, but I could run down there and get coffee if I wanted in the morning because it was only like 2 or 3 floors down. Oh my God, this thing's driving me crazy, you guys.
It's the only way to get the makeup off of me.
So anyhow, so we had that. And then, so we went there a few times. And we also went to Solarium Bistro a few times. So those were both like smaller venues to get food in. And they were very quick. So, which was nice. And we love Central Park because you could hear the birds chirping and we had a balcony room there, which was nice too. And you guys, normally when we have an ocean view, I sit outside and have my coffee. I never even had coffee in the room on this. This was just go, go, go. Let's see. I can't speak. Carmen Lynn for the win is here. Hello and welcome in. I'm just scrolling on down here. I bring it every day. Hello, welcome in.
Is that the Betty J.
Gathers? That is the Betty
J. Gathers. That's the one that says that she said it and said it and said it again.
Yeah, see, he's been watching,
I've been watching, Betty.
He's been watching.
I've been watching. For the folks who don't know, check her channel out because she says it. She's not afraid to say it.
Welcome in. All right, so let's talk about the cabin that we had in Central Park. Let's start there.
All right, so this is like you said, our first cabin where it has a balcony overlooking the park area. And it did not overlook the ocean. It had a view of other balconies from the other side of the ship.
Right, so you were like directly looking across to other balconies, but under you was the actual park.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like that kind of, it's not the first time I've seen a park. The first ship that we ever been on as a couple was Oasis of the Seas, and it had a park as well.
So we didn't have a room in there.
But we didn't have a room in there. And so the thing that I forgotten was that the park has real trees and plants. I thought it was all fake, but I actually walked through the park. It's real plant life. Real trees and with real birds. Can you believe that? Birds actually nesting and chirping. I thought it was like a soundtrack or something, but I looked and I'm like, are those real birds flying? And I actually took the binoculars out and actually had noticed that, yeah, there were birds flying around. So to me, I like the fact that even though it was somewhat artificial, the fact that the balcony overlooked some aspect of nature.
And then at night, they had like jazz music out there playing.
Live music
So you could
playing.
actually sit on your balcony and listen to the jazz music.
Yes. And then it's very nice people watching. All
And they
throughout the
do
day.
stop the music about, I want to say 11. So
Yes.
if you heard it in your room by 11, you wouldn't hear it anymore.
And the room itself was spacious, like a typical balcony room.
It's a little outdated. You could tell that the ship needed a little bit of refurbishment.
Certain ports here and there that it was missing. We're gonna record a bit more. We got a lot of footage of the stateroom and the breakdown and some of the quirks associated with having a balcony facing a park-like area. So stay tuned for that. We will eventually pump that out. But all in all, I kind of liked it. I liked having a balcony overlooking something different.
I really like being back on an Oasis ship, but I would say I don't know if I'd want to stay in Central Park.
Oh, you think for you is a one and a done?
I think it was a one, like if it was cheaper than a balcony
well, that's the
on
thing.
the water, I would
is.
go for that. Yeah.
It was cheaper for us in price-wise.
Yeah, and that's why we did it. And we wanted to try Central Park. But if I had the option between Central Park or an ocean view, I would do the ocean view.
If they were the same price.
If they were the same price, yeah.
But if they were a different price, if one was cheap, the park was cheaper than the ocean, you're saying you still might consider a park.
Might, but I like the ocean better.
I like the park. I think it was nice. You didn't. Well, the thing is, your drama kind of distracted you. We'll get to that in a second. What that drama was, and it wasn't me. I was not the cause of the drama, which is a good thing. But it kind of, I don't know. It seems like I feel like you need to do a do-over of that particular cruise or that particular stateroom because your mind was not in the right place. For me, my personal opinion, I liked it. I liked the people watching. I liked just that it was different. Of course, it doesn't beat an ocean view. Nothing really does. But at the same time, it's better than staring at an empty wall, you know? So I will say that. Now, that being said, what about the view that we have versus the view that people have when they're at the back of the ship with the divers in the dive ship?
Okay, yeah. So there's Central Park, and then there's the boardwalk. And the boardwalk view, you get view of everything on the boardwalk, which is a carousel. You get view of the aqua show, which is like a nighttime where they dive into the water.
Nighttime diving show, yeah, which is nice. It's kind of like the carnival area, right?
Yes.
Which is weird.
Which is the same, where you're looking across into someone else's, but if you look down, you're looking at the boardwalk, which was cool.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a carnival area, but they're not really carnival. You would think that the actual carnival ships actually have carnivals in it, but it's the other way around. It's the royal ships that have the carnival. So we haven't experienced a balcony there yet, but conceptually, what do you think? Would it be better?
I would try it. I would definitely try it.
Yeah.
But I think I would like Central Park better because it's just so peaceful.
It is quiet. That's what I liked. It was quiet during the daytime.
The boardwalk is not quiet.
At nighttime, not as quiet because of the live music.
But it's relaxing.
But it was
jazz
relaxing.
Music, and it's not like, dance music where you're going to be up there.
Not as bad as than the other ones where, the staterooms I'm talking about, that is by the promenade. You know what I'm talking about?
Inside the promenade.
Yeah, and have a view of the promenade area.
I don't like that.
Those I would not like because it's just nonstop music and
all day, all night.
All day and all night, yeah. So that probably safe to rule out.
And everybody can look into your room if your curtains.
There's like no privacy.
There's no privacy there.
With the park balcony, yes, other neighbors opposite of you could see you, but that could be just through curtains. You just put the curtains on and boom, problem solved. Yeah. Besides that, I kind of like the whole, nature aspect of it and the bird watching and the people watching.
So mountain to sea, to answer your question, we would do it again, but I would prefer an ocean view.
Yes. There you go.
Hey, Sherry, welcome in.
Ooh, the other Sherry.
The other Sherry. And Ryan Donahue is here. Hello, hello. And so when we go on Utopia, we don't have a Central Park, nor do we have a balcony at all.
We have a regular room?
We have, I think it's an inside cabin we're doing. We went cheap. Well, not cheap because Utopia is not cheap.
But
we went the cheapest.
cheapest option, but we'll see. We'll see how we react to being an interior for such a long time because we've been doing nothing but back-to-back balconies
Yes.
for a while now.
Hey, Richard, welcome in. And was this a half day at Coco Cay Cruise? Yes, and we will get to that. That is on our list to talk about.
Yes.
We might have to do two.
We have a few things there to talk about.
Two shows because it sounds like we have a lot to talk about, and it's already halfway over here. Hey, Ocean to Ocean, welcome in. Kathy Mills. I just had a Central Park balcony on Allure. I liked the view, but there was no breeze and it was humid. I do agree.
I'll say that it blocks the wind. The way that it's shaped, where you're inside an enclosure towards the end of the day. There's no ceiling, but yeah, it could potentially block winds if positioned incorrectly, depending upon the weather and the wind direction. But I understand that.
Yeah, and we had to close, like we couldn't even leave our door open because it brought in a lot of the humidity into the room there. And when we normally have, sorry, you guys, I had something in my eye. Normally when we have an ocean view, it's not as humid because you're getting that sea breeze.
Yeah. It's kind of like, I feel like I can compare it to, it's as if you booked a hotel that has a balcony in the middle of like a downtown area of a village somewhere. That's the best I can compare it to. Like as if you had a balcony of some downtown view of a village in some land. Like imagine some typical Italy location. Yeah. Because when you look down, you see all the people walking by, you see the people eating at the cafe, you see people going to the restaurant, but then you also have the trees and the birds and whatnot. It does help create that illusion that you're looking at a nearby village.
I will tell you one thing that helped me with was knowing what to wear to dinner that night because I could see what everybody was dressed wearing.
Oh, that is true. Yeah, you're able to spy on people and be like, oh yeah, tonight's formal night.
So let's see how formal these people really are dressed.
Yeah.
So that
was
helped.
That too. Plus, easy access to the cafe. Anytime you want to grab a bite to eat, there was only like 2 floors down.
So Kathy, let us know if you liked the Allure. She was on it right after us. Mary Ellen, it's nice changing cabin type sometimes. I tried a cove balcony in March and have a Havana Square interior in August. It'll be crazy hot in August, so Havana pool without kids will be nice. Yeah, I actually was just watching Dave and Brandy just posted their Havana area. It looked cool. I've never seen the Havana area before, so you will like it. Hey, Edna's World, thank you for coming in.
And another area we hung out with a lot was the adult solarium. And that was huge, right? It was a huge
we really like, but
area.
Hold on, that's on our list.
All right.
Kathy, we could hear the music when the balcony door was open, which would be nice. If it was not so warm, we would have listened to it more.
It was nice. They changed. Like sometimes it was jazz music one night. The other night would be classical music. It was very nice to be able to just open the doors and listen to a violin player playing classical music. It was pretty nice. I could have sat there and then just enjoy a snack while just listening and people watching. So it's not that bad. No, I wouldn't say it's bad at all. It really depends. It's somewhere in that scale between.
Hit that thumbs up. Thanks, Tiffany.
Yep. Of just booking the best ocean view stateroom versus booking an interior room. I say it's somewhere in the middle.
And Ocean to Ocean, I need to call you. I was waiting for you to get back. I got to pay off Utopia. But I did see some rooms have dropped. So I want to see how much an ocean view or a balcony is. Because maybe we'll...
Now, what about comparing the room that we got versus an interior room that has a window port?
That's an ocean view. But that's what I was just saying. For Utopia, if it's about the same price as what we paid for the inside, we'll get an ocean view.
Oh, I thought you meant by ocean view like a balcony ocean view.
No, but we have an ocean view on Celebrity for Thanksgiving. We have ocean view. We've never had an ocean view, you guys. So that would be a first for us.
Oh, I thought we did. Mariner of the Seas, no?
It was not ocean view. All right. So our next topic... Well, let's before we hop into the next topic, let's talk about what happened. So,
oh boy, here we go.
day 2, we got to the Bahamas, and I got a text from my friend, and she's like, "Hey, can you take a phone call?" And my heart dropped because so normally my parents are the emergency contact when we're out of town for the dog. Well, they were with us, so they couldn't be an emergency contact. So, hey, controversial, thanks for coming in. So anyhow, we get to the Bahamas and she texted me, "Hey, can you take a phone call?" And I jumped up. I grabbed the phone and I called her like instantly. I already knew it was something with the dog instantly. And so she called me. You guys, I might start tearing up, but he's fine. Before I get into all this stuff, he's okay. He's okay.
You just gave spoilers.
No, I don't want them to think I'm going to tell them. No.
You had them.
Anyhow,
on the hook. Now
so
you gave the spoilers away.
Long story short,
dog's alive.
She called me and was like, your dog was rushed to the.
It gets pretty bad.
Your dog was rushed to the emergency vet, and they have to do surgery on him like immediately. And I'm like, what happened? And she said that another dog attacked him while he was at the kennel. And so I hung up and I called the emergency vet immediately. And this guy that I talked to at the emergency vet made it sound like it was the end of the world. They had to do emergency surgery. They had to cut him open. They had his chest was punctured. His abdomen was punctured.
Yeah. So what it turns out is in this kennel area, they have it so that they take the dogs out so they're able to socialize with each other and play around in this big open area. And it turns out another similar sized dog.
And my dog's like 5 pounds.
Probably a dog. We're not sure yet, but probably a dog, let's say twice the weight, maybe 3 times the weight of him, attacked him and had like a 30-second fight with him. And doing so, end up not only puncturing him several times in the back, but also several areas in the front, in the lower intestinal areas, in the chest. End up breaking around 4 to 5 ribs.
They said his heart rate was so high that they were trying to bring down his heart rate.
And it was gotten to the point where the puncture in the chest on the left side caused the left lung to collapse. Mm-hmm. So he had trouble breathing. And so they're thinking, oh, this dog may have to do surgery in order to poke around and see if there's any kind of internal bleeding.
And I guess when dogs get bitten by other dogs, there's bacteria that
could possibly lead to sepsis.
Right. But the good thing out of all of this was before all of that, he was already on an antibiotic because he had a skin infection. So that was already kicking in and fighting the bacteria. So that vet said he couldn't do the surgery, so they had to rush him over to an emergency surgical center.
Animal emergency hospital.
So he gets there, and this is all, we were just about to get off the ship in Nassau.
Yeah, we're about to, we didn't walk around Nassau.
At that point,
and enjoy the ship.
I was on the phone for like half the day.
Yeah, it just spent hours on the phone at that point. In the Lido deck of all places.
So, anyhow, long story short, the place they rushed him to, the lady was very, very nice at the surgical center. And she's like, I don't think that the bite marks are that deep to be a concern to have to do surgery right now. My main concern is his chest and his breathing. So they wanted to put him under observation in ICU.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was a thing. Like they said doggy ICU. I'm like, wow, that actually exists? Because I've heard of ICUs, but I thought it was only for humans. But no, there's a special place in the area that we live and nothing but ICUs for dogs. And it's kind of like how you imagine it. It's like a particular area where there's like 24/7 monitoring of a nearby nurse and a doctor. And they have IV drips in little paws. They shaved them to put little IV drips with all kinds of tubings and wires and with a collar so that the dog doesn't rip the wires out.
Yeah.
And you know, as soon as they sent her a picture of that, like she just started. You started.
Yeah,
you started losing it. You were like looking up.
I was looking
helicopter
up. No,
flights.
I was looking up flights though. I was really thinking
You
of
wanted to
flying
swim
home
back
from
home.
Nassau.
Yeah, I'm like.
So yeah, so that was most of our day in Nassau, was spending it on the phone with the doctors and the kennel and blah 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 blah. So turns out though he's fine. He didn't have to have surgery.
He didn't have to have surgery. He did have, a lot of punctures, but they weren't deep enough so that it warranted any kind of checking for internal bleeding. So the doctor just recommended like, look, we're going to give him painkillers, anti-inflammation drugs.
And then they were like, when do you get back?
Time to heal.
Because I didn't want to send him back to the kennel.
At that point, they kind of lost your faith.
So, yeah. So they actually kept him until we got home on Friday, and we went straight there and we picked him up. And he's been recovering. They said 4 to 8 weeks for his ribs to recover. So he's doing great. He's been up now and running. Well, we're trying not to have him run, but he's been running and jumping.
He's slowly back to normal.
And he just finished his pain medicine and his antibiotics. So right now we're trying to get him to start eating. He's been kind of iffy with
That's the
eating.
thing. Like when he got attacked, not only was he under shock, but then him taking him to all these other places that are new to him, it freaked him out even more, preventing him from eating for the past several days. So he actually lost a lot of weight. But the good news is he's slowly gaining that weight back. As soon as we got off the ship, we drove straight to the animal hospital, took him out, and you've been in nonstop nurse mode ever since.
That's one of those, you guys, the last day of the cruise.
Oh my God.
Was like,
I knew she was going to get in that mode. Like just get me out of there. I don't care.
You never would have thought I would have said this, but I could not wait to get home.
Get off the ship.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, like throughout the days that we were on the ship, I was like, oh, look at this, look at that, we should try this food. I was in full vacation mode, but then you were not. It was rare. It's like I was switched roles.
Out of this cruise.
You were checked out on the second day. Like we were. Like we'll get to Perfect Day, but in Perfect Day, it really was a perfect day.
And Perfect Day is like my favorite place in the world. And I didn't even go in the water in Perfect Day.
No, you were not. You were just checking your phone, worrying about your son.
But I will say that this animal surgical center, they constantly were sending me pictures. Yeah. They were sending me updates. They were very, very, very. The first place I was like,
Well, yeah, because you were calling them every 5 minutes for a status update.
Yeah.
To the point where they were like, "No, we'll email you. Don't worry about it."
So anyhow, that was that.
So that was it was a huge ordeal, especially for her. But
now we've got to. When we go away now, we really got to plan who's going to watch them, because I don't want to send them now to a kennel ever again. So I've got to find an at-home caretaker
or a dog sitter of some kind. We'll have to make some arrangements somewhere.
All right. So on to the next. So Kathy, sorry, I didn't want to do a downer, but I want to let you guys know that
was our drama.
That was the drama.
That was the drama. And so that's the reason why not only you don't really have much thoughts about the trip, because your mind was out of it, but then you're going to see in the footage whenever I done editing it, and as soon as I publish it, you're going to see that it's mostly just me and the videos are not her, because her mind was just out of it. She was like, no, I want home. I want to get out of here quickly as I can. But it was still a good trip. Like, look, all in all, the cruise trip and itinerary, they're all great.
Yeah. All right. So Kathy Mills, I thought the buffet food was great. Too crowded, though. The main dining room was pretty good as well. We went twice. Enjoyed Promenade Cafe. Included food, Sorrento's, and Park Cafe. You ate at Sorrento's. I didn't even get to. I went in there with him, but I didn't eat.
What was Sorrento's? That was the
pizza.
Oh, that's right, the pizza place. Yes, I did. But it was just the same typical, pizza that we get in other royal ships. It wasn't. Mm-hmm. To tell you the truth, I still stand by the statement. I think Carnival Celebration had better pizza. I will say that.
Now, the dining room, I would have to say on Allure, the service was very slow, I thought.
Yeah, it was slow. It was very, very slow. We are going to have a series of videos on that about how some of these food places compare to each other, especially when it comes to the Mexican food. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah. The buffet, did we eat in the? We went in there a few times, but I don't know if we actually ate. I mean, we ate. Well, one time we went in there, we ended up going in there to get an appetizer before dinner because our dinner was really late.
Yeah, and then we end up making a meal out of it. You always do this in every trip. And then not one time. It was like 5 times. What are you talking about one time? But I will say this, like, we go there to peruse, and in our defense, we didn't realize that the buffet in the late afternoon or evening time is almost pretty much the same food they serve in the main dining room. So it's like, if you don't really want to go through the hassle of dressing up, putting pair of pants on,
you get the same stuff on the buffet.
Waiting for the waiter to wait on you. You can just get the same stuff on the buffet.
Like, we probably would have just gone to the buffet every night knowing that, but we were with our family and they all wanted to go to the main dining room. They all wanted to go there,
so. Yeah.
Hey, Lovey. Sorry, I know. I was thinking about you with your dogs and that situation when this happened. I was like, oh. So I feel for you, Lovey, with what you got going on over there. I'm so sorry about what your baby. How awful for you to have to go through. I know. I felt helpless.
That's the thing. Like, in those situations, you're kind of stuck in the middle of nowhere. Really difficult to go back home, and yet you're also in the middle of essentially what it's paradise, but you can't really enjoy it because of just the mental state that you're in. So it's a bit ironic that we're in such a great place with also many great food options, but we couldn't really get it in gear.
Thanks, Ford Man. Sherry, glad he's doing better. Sorry to hear about your pup. We eventually try another Oasis class ship, but we will be better informed about the need to make reservations as soon as possible. A 4-day is short for me. Yeah, it was short, but thankfully it was short for us.
Because you went off the ship, yeah.
Yeah, we luckily had reservations, so we did. We got into and we'll talk about the shows, but we did get into the shows. There was only one show that we had an issue with, and we'll get into that.
And to tell you the truth, guys, you don't really need reservations, but they are helpful.
Well, you do, because the aqua show sold out.
Yeah, but they have a standby line.
Yeah, but you're not guaranteed to get in.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Oh. Yeah, it's tit for tat. Like, if you reserve, you're guaranteed seating on a certain particular time. But if you don't have a reservation, there are times where you're able to get in on standby if a person doesn't show up. I managed to pull that off on one of the other shows that were on there.
So the food is our next topic, which we've already kind of talked about. So what I would say is, if you don't want to dress up, then you don't even really need to dress up for the main dining room. I mean, it's the same as Carnival. Yeah, you can wear jeans or whatever.
Yeah.
But if you don't feel like doing all that and you just want to wear like your swimsuit with a cover up, go to the buffet.
Yeah.
Same food.
Yeah. Oh, no, not only that, go to the many other free places.
Mm-hmm. And Park Cafe is open for lunch and breakfast, or breakfast and lunch. So you could go there.
Hot dog place is open at night.
Yeah, hot dog places. Pizza's open at night. And then they have that little Promenade Cafe that has some sandwiches in there.
And the Mexican place up in Lido Day.
Oh, yeah. There's the El Loco Fresh, which is a buffet of Mexican. That was free upstairs. We just got nachos there because we actually, and I'm very upset about this, you guys. They have, I said you guys again. Bill. So anyhow, they have a restaurant called Sabor, which is a Mexican
flavor in Spanish.
It's a specialty restaurant.
Yeah, Mexican themed.
So we went there for lunch. It was one of the best Mexican food I've ever had.
We managed to get it off of a discount, like a 20% discount, because we waited until like the second day
Mm-hmm.
to
We
bucket.
actually booked it on the ship because they came around. Actually, he was eating pizza in the Sorrentos, and they came around trying to upsell.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, here it comes. They're going to try to pressure
But we
sell
had
me.
onboard credits, so I was like, what are we going to use it for?
But the deal was actually pretty decent. Like I thought it was going to be like a 5% off kind of thing or 1% off, but no, it was like 20% off.
But the sad part is, when it goes into refurbishment, they're getting rid of Sabor and making it a Playmakers.
Yeah, so if you guys want to enjoy Sabor, you better have a trip planned for this year, because they are going to redo it. They're going to rip it out. And
they're putting a Playmakers there, which Playmakers is good. But, I guess I understand they don't need 2 Mexican places on the same ship. But
that being said, like we really did enjoy Sabor. We have a whole video dedicated to that of all the things that they gave us. It was a lot of food.
It was a lot of food.
A lot of food, and on top of that, right next door, suddenly a carnival popped out of nowhere, and there was a carnival.
Oh yeah, there was a little carnival out there
with like cotton candy.
Cotton candy, my favorite. And so I had to get cotton
juggling
candy.
And all kinds of other.
They have popcorn. They had all kinds of stuff out there, like you were at like an actual carnival. So that was cool.
Yeah. What about food in the main dining room? What are your thoughts there? Especially when compared to Celebrity, because your Celebrity, I feel like is
Celebrity is a whole new ball game for.
What do you think? What about escargot to escargot between Celebrity Summit and Allure of the Seas?
I don't know about the,
because I have a video recording of what you told me.
Well, the Summit, the food was over the top on Celebrity Summit, so I can't really compare the Summit. I can compare Carnival with the Oasis, and I would say even Carnival Celebration had a lot more food options than the Oasis.
That were definitely for free as well. But in terms of quality, what do you think?
Between what?
Allure and Celebrity.
Celebrity.
Okay. But you said the escargot was
it was good. But now I got to try it again on Celebrity.
You're saying that the soda was good. We also had the Thanksgiving meal.
Mm-hmm.
Not Thanksgiving, the turkey.
Okay.
The turkey on Allure.
So they did have turkey on Allure.
And it was just as good. I have you on video saying that. Hon, you were busy thinking about your dog. Now, that being said, in her defense, those 2 items were on par, but everything else was better in Celebrity.
Yes.
In terms of quality-wise. So I would say there's more hits and misses on Allure of the Seas because it's a lower tier ship, but the food was still pretty darn good on Allure of the Seas. Would you say the same thing?
Mm-hmm. And they are revamping it. So when they revamp it next year, maybe they'll improve the food a little bit.
But still, I mean, you're talking about a marginal difference between like a higher tier ship and Allure of the Seas. Now, Allure of the Seas food versus Carnival Celebration food, where do you rank them?
I would say Allure food was better.
Like clear, right?
Yeah.
Between that
Even though there was more food options on Celebration, I still think the quality of the food was better on Allure.
Yeah. Now, what about your thoughts in the cafe, the Park Cafe, in the food there? Because you had a roast beef.
I had their famous roast beef. I thought it was good. The bun was a little hard, but I thought it was good. Yeah. And they even have a salad bar in there too, but we didn't get any of that. We just got chips and a sandwich. But I thought it was good.
Yeah.
And there was no wait.
No wait whatsoever. What about in terms of the variety of the food that was on the ship?
There was lots of variety of food.
Yeah. So, no, food-wise,
they have the Solarium Bistro, which is a buffet.
You didn't even have a chance to eat there, too. They had the bistro buffet.
I ate in there. I had breakfast.
Oh, that's right, you did. You had breakfast.
But it's more of a healthier option. So what they do is they take the buffet from upstairs, I think, and they take a lot of their top healthier items and make it in a buffet.
And the bistro is in the adult area.
It's
so
in
you're
the
not really
solarium.
bothered by kids. Mm-hmm. It's like you're having your own little buffet area away from the main buffet.
And it's included.
You don't have to pay extra. And I felt like the food there was pretty top notch as well.
But which is weird because on that ship, on Allure, that's not open for dinner because they turn it into
It's like
a Brazilian steakhouse.
Brazilian steakhouse, yeah.
But when we were on Ovation of the Seas, the Solarium Bistro was open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it was all included.
It was all included. So we definitely like that as well. What about the food in the island? Perfect Day, Coco Key.
It was good.
Pretty
It's barbecue, chicken, hot dogs,
we had, like,
Cuban sandwiches.
A few other times, right? Nothing new there, but it was still pretty good, right?
It was good.
Quality was still good up there.
Mm-hmm.
So all in all, the quality overall, pretty good. What did you say?
Yeah. Yes, that's what we're looking for, Mary Ellen. Hey, Blaine, welcome in. Let's see, let me just scroll down here. It was like the carnival because carnival is the best.
Or the carnival activities. Yeah, that's the part that was so surprising. It's like it's all carnival themed in the back of the ship, but we're not on a carnival ship. It's kind of weird how it worked its way like that. And the other thing too is they had a parade.
Oh yeah, they had a parade in the
which I had no idea they still did. That was a surprise to me. That was like a bonus.
It was pretty cool. They had a parade in the promenade area.
Yeah, and it was a good parade because it was like almost like a slash.
And they interacted a lot with the kids in the parade. So they would come. They kind of make kids a little bit part of the parade.
Increased the vibe of the energy. Yeah. It just made it a lot more positive. I feel, but it was more than just watching people march. They actually like mocked up fights and did dancing and stuff like that. That's pretty good. We kind of like that.
So hello, Together We Travel. Welcome in. Mary Ellen, no lines in the Park Cafe. There was always a line on some. No. We never had a line on this one in the Park Cafe.
Nope. No lines in the Park Cafe. Nope.
So I take it you guys didn't have Asian bao tacos. Unfortunately, the wife did, and pretty sure you know what followed. So I heard, Richard, that the cruise after us, some people got sick, and they were leading it back to that. Now, I don't know if that's exactly what it was, but a lot of people were saying it was the tacos. I think we had the tacos. Didn't I get the tacos at dinner for an appetizer?
I think you did.
I think I did.
Yeah, you're right. We did have the bao tacos.
Yeah, they were fine.
We both did. Yeah, we liked it.
But I think the one after us, the following after us, you must have been on after us.
Yeah, we didn't have any problems there.
I tried to keep it healthy, but didn't find anything without meat except a plain salad.
We didn't really pay attention about any vegan options there. We have to look back at the videos we recorded to see how many options were there.
For Thanksgiving, a turkey is like a turkey loaf on Carnival.
Now, I will say this, back to Celebrity, that a difference between Allure of the Seas buffet and Celebrity buffet. With Allure of the Seas, much larger buffet area, but
it was crowded.
Both sides had the same kind of food. It was like a mirror.
Yes.
But in Celebrity, it wasn't. In Celebrity, all around the buffet
was totally different.
Different stations. It did not repeat.
The only thing that repeated was you had two salad bars.
Yeah. So I would say Celebrity Summit has a lot more variety when it comes to the buffet, especially when it comes to more international foods. So you probably would find some more non-meat based options on Celebrity. On Allure, I have to check back on the videos. I don't remember.
So, Mary Ellen, I will tell you, Celebrity did have a lot of plant-based and vegan and stuff like that. So you might want to try Celebrity because they had a lot of those options. Gluten-free, they had it all.
If you try Celebrity, you may not go back. This one.
The illness on Allure skipped us and was about a week after we got off. Okay, so it wasn't the one right after us. It was a couple after. I remember seeing some conversation about it on social media. But yeah, luckily it skipped us too. All right, so the next topic.
Casino. Oh, your favorite topic. Your favorite topic. This is where I can't say anything at all because I was just not there.
So the casino.
This one was, though.
Number one, I was a little annoyed at one point with the casino because I did not know this. First of all, I lost my card. So.
Yeah, but you can't blame the casino.
But here's the thing. When you lose your card, this is what made me mad. I couldn't gamble anymore if I wanted the points. nor did I want someone to take my card and go purchase something. They can't cut it off right there in the casino. You have to go all the way to guest services and wait in that long line. And I was on a tight schedule because I had to be at a show in an hour. So I had 1 hour. Well, then I ended up 25 minutes of it was standing in the line to get a new card. So that was kind of annoying. They should have someone in the casino that can issue you
What
a
about
new card.
the size of the casino?
So there was two casinos. So
The regular one, size of the regular.
Well, hold on.
The big one.
Hold on, though.
All right.
Because this is where it was confusing. So they had a big casino, and I didn't know this, and you couldn't even tell this, but one side of the casino was non-smoking, but it smelled like smoke. So I don't know if I would really call it non-smoking.
You're talking about the small one?
No, I'm talking about the
regular,
big.
the big
yes,
area. Okay.
half of that was non-smoking.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, see,
you would have fooled me. No, there is no barrier there to prevent smoke.
Yeah, there's no barrier. There's no nothing. No. Then you go, there's another room a little bit off to the right that's not connected. So there is barriers. That's non-smoking. And it literally is probably the size of
like a
Sorrento's pizza. That's about it. That's about the size of that.
Our bedroom is almost similar size to this small casino. Like, when she pointed it out to me, I was like, that doesn't look like a casino. And I actually walked in and I actually saw people gambling. I'm like, oh, it is a casino. It's just the world's tiniest little itty bitty casino.
And then I don't think there was enough tables for the table games because I had to keep waiting to get on roulette.
Because there's like 2 tables. Tops.
Yeah, and then the slot machines.
You can easily miss it.
I played those a little bit, but I wasn't winning anything on those, so I gave up and went and started to play the tables. But
you think they're gonna redo that when they renovate the ship? Get rid of the tiny casino?
I think they'll end up moving. So they had a whole area on the ship for the old school photo albums and all that stuff, where you go and you pick your pictures and all that. Which it's all digital now. So I have a feeling they're going to rip that out and do something there. Maybe they'll put a non-smoking casino or something there. And
above the promenade?
I don't know if I meant like they'll move stuff around to make
to make more casino room at the lower floor. I see. Maybe. Yeah, it's very odd. It was very odd layout. There was a comedy club between the tiny casino and the regular size casino. I never seen them on the ship.
And that's what I'm saying. Maybe they'll put the comedy club up there and then make that little area bigger.
And a theater room in the middle, if I remember correctly, which hardly anyone went to.
So yeah, in 2025, it's supposed to be revamped. And one of the things, and I know I'm hopping back to the cabin, one of the things in the cabin, and you'll see this in our video, is they had an old MP3, those little holders, those port holders.
Yeah,
they had those in the room.
Yeah, it was a bit dated, and I don't think hardly any USB ports, right? Only 2 of them. Nothing by the beds.
Yeah.
And the European style electrical port was located underneath the table, and there was no true Native American electrical cord. It was an extension cord that she ran, which is kind of odd. You'll see more once, if we ever publish the video.
If we will publish it.
I'm just saying we have a backlog of just content.
But for the casino, I didn't win anything. My mom won some money in there on the roulette. But we didn't know anybody that actually won on any of the slots.
You told me you won. You told me
I did on roulette, not on I'm talking about the slot machines. I didn't win anything.
Yeah, you told me you were up and you had nothing but positive numbers. Now the truth is coming out, folks. Now she reveals. How much did you lose? How much? Give me numbers.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, boy, I will worry about it.
So let's get into one more. We probably have time for one more.
Shows?
Let's talk about the shows.
All right.
Well, actually, no, because the shows will take a while. We only have let's talk about internet.
Internet. All right.
So the internet. I thought the internet was pretty good. What did you think?
It
was a little spotty at places. on
I
the ship.
think there
but-
were certain areas where there was a slowdown, and we had no idea why. But then if you gave it time or walked to some other area, it suddenly went back to normal.
But the chat thing. So he didn't get internet. I had internet, but the chat
Was
where you
free.
could chat, it's free.
Through the app.
But that was a little off. It was delayed. Like,
but
big time.
it's always been bad. Ever since.
So they need to
For
improve
years
that.
going back, it goes back. They haven't improved it. But the good thing is you don't pay for it anymore. In the past, we used to pay $6 each.
Yeah.
I'm glad they don't charge anymore because it's awful. And the mobile app in general is awful because it crashes, it eats up a lot of battery power. It does look nice with pretty graphics, but for the most part, it's just not very economical to actually use it. But that being said, when it comes to the internet, it was in certain areas it was slow, but in other areas it went back to normal. But once it get back to normal, it was high-speed internet, as if you never left land.
So I don't know if I would rely on it if you were going to work from the ship.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a gamble.
It's going to be spotty at times.
It's going to be spotty at times.
So I mean, if you don't need it like 24/7, yes. But there was times it was kind of just in and out.
And when you were in the balcony, it was a bit of a blind spot for you.
Yes, the Central Park. Actually, the whole Central Park was in and out.
Yeah.
I like it when they have European outlets. I always carry my international. We bring one.
We brought ours too. Yeah. There it came right very in handy.
The free chat feature did not work good for us.
Oh my God, the free chat feature is awful.
And it wasn't just that ship. I think every royal ship we've been on, it's
been awful.
It's been awful. They need to do something.
Every time I submit my feedback, I'm like, just fix the darn app, make it better. It's been decades now. Just fix it.
Yeah, I feel like what were we on where it was like super fast? Independence of the Seas, not the chat feature, but the internet on Independence of the Seas was awesome.
Yeah.
You could work from that no problem when we were on there. That was super fast.
It's a smaller ship?
It was, yeah, it's a smaller ship. It's under Oasis.
Yeah.
But that was fast. Ovation of the Seas, the internet was very spotty. It was more spotty than Allure. But I thought it was just because we were in Alaska. Yeah. But yeah, the chat though has never worked on any royal ship.
So you can just imagine like having spotty.
Which is probably why it's free.
having semi-spotty internet, even though you paid for it, and on top of that, having the dog situation where all this stuff is happening to your son, and people are trying to reach you, and you can't really receive phone calls because you're in the middle of the sea. It just creates a lot of drama. You're like, oh, how can they communicate with me? We're trying to just use a bunch of different apps.
And at first, my dad's like, you don't need internet. Don't pay for the internet. Well, now you know why I need internet. Because you never know what happens at home. But we're going to do a whole nother segment on this show like that on a live. But so I always get the internet. But yeah, definitely always check it out, make sure it works before you go. If you have to work, like I would go, if you have to work from the ship, I would definitely join the social media chats for people that have been on the ship to make sure that you have access, because some of these ships are hit or miss.
Or get international calling plan just in case you are docked in an island that has cell phone service.
Yeah, but what if you're at sea and you actually need to work?
No, not at sea, but I'm saying docked. When you're docked.
So many people work from home now that.
Oh no, I'm saying that just to ease the issue, and even though it doesn't completely solve it, international calling plans, because you had to switch back to your AT&T.
Yeah, my AT&T, I have overseas where it's $10 a day, unlimited,
and you end up activating that because you just had enough of it and be like, look, I'll activate this, and like that, they're able to call me directly and be able to deal with business that way. So have that as a mitigation plan a little bit of any kind of international calling features that your phone provider might have.
You see, maybe I didn't win. Scratch and Pete, I didn't win either. I work on ships a lot. Yeah, Mary Ellen, I would definitely, if it's a ship you're unsure of, I would definitely, make sure in the chats that it works. But we are about out of time.
So before we sign off, real quick, we've been publishing our Celebrity Summit series of videos. So come check those out. Soon we'll be publishing the next set of those videos. One of them is of you going on an excursion into a cave in the middle of nowhere.
In Mexico.
Her flipping out because she does not do nature, folks. So, stay
check
tuned
out
to
our
check
summit
that out.
videos.
That's going to be
We've
very
already
entertaining.
posted 3 or 4 of them.
So that should be coming up. That's the cenote video. And then the next one after that is going to be the animated dinner, where we took a dinner and it's all like cartoons and animation. Little Chef. Check that out as well, because that was quite a unique experience.
Oh. So I want to thank you all for coming in. And then next week we'll get into part 2 of this, because we still have a few more things on Allure to talk about, like the activities, the ship overall,
the entertainment,
the shows and entertainment, and the ports.
Yep.
So we will continue next week. Sorry we ran out of time, you guys, but thank you all so much for coming in and joining us. And sorry we've been away for the last few weeks. But yeah, make sure you hit that thumbs up button
hit
before
the bell
you
notification icon
before you leave.
And subscribe if you haven't.
That's right. Everybody have a wonderful rest of the week. Bye, everybody.
Peace.
And